Some YouTubers had to come in and get the phone and my camera. Well, a little update from the tiller from hell. The reason why it wouldn't keep running was because one of them mixture screws was all the way in and wasn't cleaning the gas, I don't think. I just got it to run, but I started surging and taking off like a badass, so I killed it. I'm going to slow this idling down some. She's just about all the way full. So let's try her. Maybe it's too low. I think it's a hair too low. She's wanting to go though. I'm happy with the progress I made. Shit, if I can get this freaking head on this screw. There we go. Did about half a turn in. As you can tell, it needs some carb adjusting, but hey, it's start. It seems like it wants to surge a little bit. What the hell? Is that a bad head gasket or something? Look at that. I'm going to try to tighten up the head bolts a little bit. Maybe it's just from the spark plug. I don't know. But, hey, it's a start. So far, it doesn't like too much gas. I am seeing a problem right here. I don't know if you can see that. But I'm going to pinch the fuel line so it doesn't get any more fuel. And I'm going to take this back off. I'm going to stick a silicone crap in there. And stick a little silicone around that arm, because I think I'm leaking a little around there. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pinch it off now. I'm going to run the engine dry. If I can find my light strips, but I just found them. Whew, pretty smoky in here now. Actually, tighten these light strips up. Loosen them just a little bit. Hopefully they don't break it. Alright, I'm going to run it dry now. Turn my switch back on. Handy dandy switch, I hooked it up myself. Up this throttle so it'll start. That's what I mean by surging. It's blowing blue smoke out here too. Maybe gasket bad or something. But yeah, so I'm gonna give that a try. Looks like it stopped leaking now. So I'm gonna, that little thing for the primer button, that little arm thing, I'm gonna put a little silicone crap around there tonight. Not gonna do it now because I'm gonna be tempted to run this a little bit more. and maybe tune it. But a little story about this gearbox thing. We did use this a couple times this summer. I actually did get that one pulley in that belt to actually fit around the middle, and it actually worked a little bit. But the ratios were it was really geared let's see, low, I think, where the tines weren't spinning very fast. They were spinning about this speed. So it wasn't tilling the greatest, but it did till the top of the dirt. But if you went over it twice, it tilled perfect. Just nice and slow, though. But I do have a throttle cable I'm going to try to hook up to this thing, but I've got to figure out, because it's not a very, I'm going to cut some of the plastic off, because it's off like a mower, or a push mower. I'm going to see if I can't do like a little bolted into here, or maybe even here, because I've already got a hole drill there. You know, have the cable run through here and have a nice little throttle. And have the arm up here or whatever. But anywho, the story on this front gearbox is that we used it a couple times this summer. But when we got it this last June or something, May or June, I think it was just end of May, it had my 3-horse Tecumseh on it when we got it. And it was pretty rough shape. I think it sat outside for a couple of years. But I did end up getting it going once. And we tried tilling with it. It smoked, black, so something was fucked up the carburetor. I think it was running too lean. And it tilled okay, just the fumes blew right in your face. So that kind of sucked. So we used it, I think we used it 3 times this summer, this tiller, not the engines. We used this engine twice, and that engine once. Well, I decided, let's check the gear oil in it. So I undid this nut, looked down in there, looked. I didn't think there wasn't much in there. So I undid this nut. Nothing came out. So I'm glad we didn't use it all the time this summer, else we might have been screwed. Probably the gears would have locked up and sheared and shit like that, and the thing would have been junk. It doesn't look like junk, does it? Well, I gotta get some wire tape and clean some of this shit up. And, yeah. I don't know if you saw from my last videos, it's got a different gas tank, which I robbed off the, Tecumseh there, which is probably just gonna turn into a parts engine now. So, I don't know. I need a crankshaft for it, which I'm not looking forward to buying one of them. Or rigging one up to fit it. I had to take this wire back off because the way I had the kill wire set up last time was this was the other end of this wire. As you can see, it's like a cable. It's connected. The other end of this wire was hooked to ground, which I got it set right here. Which isn't doing anything because this switch here is already hooked to ground, which is right here to this metal part. It goes to, you know, blah, blah, blah. But, as you can tell, I removed some of the linkages that were for the clutch that engaged and stuff, because it was kind of getting in the way. And, I did not find a belt that'll fit it. I found one that was close, but it's a little too long. But the thing is, the cool thing about this thing is I have these, so I can get about any size belt. So I just remembered that today, so I'm gonna look, see if I've got any shorter belts that might work, because I've got it set to the biggest option. I can set it down another inch or so. I gotta see if I got any belts that'll fit. But yeah, so that's that. For too long, I am gonna have to pull thing up to this, you know, an actual pull cord, not a screwdriver. But that's future. The only problem I have with this thing, since the way this engine's mounted, this summer I had problems. And this is how I have it mounted. See, that separates from the engine block. You can, you know, remove your piston by that. Well, that's how I have it mounted. I don't know if you can see that, but I got the screws going through this plate of metal. But the thing is, they don't always stay as tight as you need it. They seem pretty tight now. But before I put a belt on, I'll probably take those bolts off over there and make sure it's really tight again. That's the only way I could figure out a way to mount this. I tried mounting it from up here. That'd probably be the smartest way, but I couldn't. It's just impossible. I could do it with the resources I had in this. And you put on these. Better tighten it up. This is how this pulley is mounted. I got two little, clamps. Clamp on each side because it's just a little bit loose. So, it doesn't. It's not like the other pulley that just pounded on the crankshaft and it's just kind of tapered. But it does have a keyway slot on this. So there's this pulley. So, but it looks like I'm gonna have to tighten this up again. That's no big deal. Let's just loosen up that clamp, slide it over some more, make sure that it's tight, and make sure everything's tight. You're good. What I'd really like to do, I'd really like to hide this somehow, but right now I'm not sure. Yeah, I've got to get. I want to find my throttle cable, which I think is up in the loft. So I gotta get up there, find my throttle cable. I gotta find a way to mount this little thing somewhere. I will be willing to drill another hole here, or I've even thought about maybe because I'm next time we go to town, I'm gonna get some JB weld. So I'm gonna try to make a compressed air engine out of that Tecumseh, that big Tecumseh right there. Sorry, I kind of spaced out there for a minute. Yeah. So, wait. No, my engine paint's coming off. No. It's the end of the world. I don't even give a shit because the thing don't even work yet. So, future projects, I gotta get matching tires until these are matching. I gotta get all this done because my dad won't like it. Yeah. If my dad buys something, he doesn't want it rigged, but if something breaks on him, he wants it to be rigged. So, he's just kind of one of them guys that are cheap. But, yeah, so I gotta clean all this crap up, make it look a little nicer. Yeah, so, she sounds pretty good, don't she? So, I want to sharpen these tines before I sell it to him. I'm going to try it out a couple times next spring before I sell it to him. And, yeah. Because, I've maybe thought about, because I don't really like the way this is set up, really. Thought about actually just fixing it up real nice, getting it running real good, make it till real nice, and maybe selling it next spring. Just, go and buy another one like this. But, a good 4-stroke engine. It's got the disengage and stuff works on it. But, because, I bet you I can get $100 out of this next spring. I mean, something like this with a good 4-stroke, with, the shifter works and everything, it'll probably go for $150. This is kind of a smaller one, as you can tell. I haven't measured it, but I had to guess probably. I'd have to say, I don't know, probably a 15, I'm guessing, 16-inch. So it's a small one, but hoping this engine will handle it. So, well, that was kind of a random babbling video. About 5 minutes of just talking. So I don't want to bore you guys to death, so see you guys later. Subscribe, comment.